Hello, you have just clicked on a video where I am building this tiny scrapbooked folder to hold one of my chunky mini journals, and it opens up and then there is a nice size pocket. Is it a pocket? I don't know. It's big, but this is a chunky mini journal, so it needs to be big. And then it opens up where I got a tag here, tag, and a little secretarial pocket. And this flap here also got a pocket. And then it opens up where there is another pocket there. I inserted a little booklet where I got watercolor paper and some vellum sheets in between. It's stitched in. And then in the center fold here we got a pocket, so you can close it like this. That's the back of it, and it's simply just a scrapbook tutorial that I saw on YouTube. So welcome to me building this crazy little thing. I hope you'll like to see it. Well, I think I'm gonna turn on the camera and record this. Okay. The other day I was painting with watercolor and I almost splattered on my little book here, inspired by Didi, who made this in one of her streams. I've already forgotten the name of it. That is so bad, right? But I made it because it's made out of one sheet of paper and it just looked like a bunch of fun to have a small booklet to do drawings in. And I just have it lying on my desk, and then the other day I almost had splatters on it. So I think I want to create some sort of a home for it. And I was looking for inspiration on YouTube. And thanks to Sharon Dixon, she uploaded a tutorial called One Sheet Folio Mini Journal. And I think I can customize it into holding this little booklet so it will be protected. And then I was looking at my pen and paper. I adore Stamperia's scrapbooking paper. They are just so stunning and very detailed. And I for some reason kept the front sheet of one of the paper pads, this one here. I'm so glad that I did, because it's the front sheet, so yeah, it's difficult to utilize unless you cut out the small images. And then I also often, when I'm doing scrapbooking project, I got leftovers of the tags because yeah, I just do. So but now I'm glad that I saved them. I did a project with this paper pad, and for that I bought some of the chipboard ephemera to decorate it with. And it's a mix of 2 sets in here. But I think I am able, yeah, look, travel. I think I'm able to find some ephemeras that might be good for this tiny, gorgeous folio that I hope to be able to create. But I just want to share with you guys because it looked like a very doable tiny little project, so why not share it? Sharon, she took one sheet of pattern paper measuring 12 by 12 inches, and then she cut it into strips, and strips width is 5 inches, 4 inches, and 3 inches. So I'm gonna do the same, and the 5-inch strip, oh my god, if I could speak, the 5-inch strip is going to be the front cover of your little folio. So I am so lucky that there is actually room here to get this strip right here that's kind of horizontal to be my front of my little tiny folio. And naturally it's got like the perfect height for this little booklet here. OMG, I wish I was so professional that I could look up what stream it was that Dee Dee shared, that the folding of that mini folio, mini journal. Oh yeah, but I am not. I don't even know what it's called. It's probably got a fancy name. But I'm cutting this first strip 5 inches, the next one 4 inches, let's see if I can measure correctly, and then we should have a little strip that's gonna be 3 inches wide, which is exactly 3 inches. Okay, cool. So that was kind of easy, right? Okay, and now we need to cut these strips also. Okay, so we got like 5 for a 3-inch strip, and with the 3-inch strip we're going to do the same, cutting it in 5 4. So let me see what patterns are left on this paper. Okay, 5 and 4 inches, and left with a 3-inch strip. Okay, so I'm just removing these pieces. We're gonna use them later. This is the interesting strip. It's the 4-inch strip. This is gonna be the folio that we bend. And then this strip here on the front of my folio will be made into a pocket that can hold this little booklet here. And our 5-inch strip is like 5 inch tall. So what Sharon did is that she's scoring it at 4 and 9, because then you will be left with a strip that's like 5 inch tall. So I'm going to do the same. I don't want to take out my scoreboard. I'm just going to use a bone folder and that crease line in my cutting board as my scoring board. So 4 and then 9. And I know I'm following a tutorial, but I still measure twice. So just be sure all the way through the tutorial. So I'm just gonna fold it. I think this side is too busy. You know, it has to be a pocket. So this would be like how my pocket would look like. I don't know if that's bad. Or I could have my pocket to look like this. Okay, I need to think about that. But in my case, I would probably like my pocket glue it down here, and then this would be the opening flap. But in my case, I need a very big gusset right here to hold this book here that's about, I think it's 1/4 of an inch thick. So I'm going to give myself, to the left of my bending score line, another score line that's like 1/4 of an inch from my folding line. And how do I measure that up? Got to be something like this, I think. Okay, let me just try and score that. So now when I fold it, yeah, I think that's a good choice, yes. So I'm gonna do the same on the top. So what I'm doing is actually I'm customizing a fat front pocket to hold that little book. So I'm ending up with a piece looking like this because I need this book inside. But let's say that you don't have a fat book like I do, then you can just have an 1/8 of an inch, 2 score lines with an 1/8 of an inch in between to get a little bit of room in your pocket. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay, by the way, I'm taking just a bunch of tools out for this project. I need a bone folder, I need a corner rounder, I want to ink my edges, and I'm going for a walnut stain by Ranger. And then I need a closure, and I'm thinking about using a button that's coated with fabric, an old one, and then attach a string to this tiny little ephemera piece. And then I need an owl to punch holes, and I'm just gonna use this tool here. And then yeah, so far also some thread because I want to sew in a little booklet. Yeah. so far that's the tool that I'm gonna use. I might dig out more tools, but so far these should be like the essential tools. Okay, so let's score what's gonna be the front of my folio. Unfortunately, I'm gonna glue the pocket to this where the train is. But this is sort of a directional piece of paper with a side that's going up, you know. I'm gonna flip it over, and then I'm gonna score it at 4 inches to begin with. And then I need a little bit of gusset because I'm gonna sew in a little booklet just like Sharon Dixon did. So I'm gonna give myself 1/8 of an inch gusset. And then I'm gonna move the paper up to 8 inches. Okay, I'm just fiddling a little bit. And give myself 1/8 of an inch gusset. So you get like these small score lines here, and then I'm gonna fold them. Oh man, I hope that this booklet turns out to be like super cute. It's just gonna feel so good to get a home for that little journal. Okay. It's always exciting to see when you're folding it how the pattern turns out when you're working with pattern paper. Okay, so the plan is that I now got a little thing looking like this, and this is the front cover. So you open up and then you get this. I like it. I think I will corner around the first corners here. That would look cute. And also these corners here. It's such a shame that I have to cover up that train, but oh well. I at least get her inside. And the back is gonna look like this. It's just this guy on this bike. And this pocket here, I have to decide what sort of pattern. I think I should go for the less busy pattern on this one, so that my pocket would be like this, and then I can always like embellish a bunch. So I'm gonna corner around the top flap. And then I think that I should go ahead and ink the edges, because I always sometimes forget to ink. I got a new sponge on, so I need to fill it up first with ink. Oh, you know what? I could actually punch out a little circular punch right there. I think I want to do that. I like pockets that got that circular thing, and I'm just gonna eyeball it. Shoop. I also need to make some sort of a hinge to assemble this pocket with. So I might need to grab some scraps to do that with. I like also to ink up all the folds. Just think it gives it a more finished look. Oh man, it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've made a scrapbook project. Love how the walnut ink is just melting into the colors of this pattern paper here. Yeah, this is nice, super nice. Okay, let's ink up this one here. I think I want a tiny booklet in my folio. I saw that the tutorial I'm watching, she took a sheet of coffee dyed copy paper and then just folded it into a little booklet. I don't have like coffee dyed paper, but I do have some vellum. So I think I want to make like a sandwich of some fun pages, like just some journal inspired fun pages for my little booklet. I'm not going to use it as like a journal, so it's mainly just going to be a home for that other little thingy. But I wouldn't mind having small pages that I could glue something on top of. I like the tiny size of this one sheet mini folder project, especially if you want to do like Happy Mail or something. I can totally see how this could be shipped in a flat rated smaller envelope, so you don't have to pay like overprice for postage. Okay, I think I got most of the edges inked. Oh my god, I forgot to ink the inside of the edges. Yeah, when you're making these folios, you're gonna see the papers from the in and the outside. So the inside also needs to be edged. Oy. Oh my god, I forgot how how long it takes to make these scrapbooking projects. I am out of the loop, out of the loop. Oh man, I used to make a lot of scrapbooking early on in my life. Really enjoyed it a ton. And it left me with a stash that I have not parted with, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because you never know when you want to return to an old hobby and just create small projects. But I have to say that I got so many tiny things, you know, like small ephemeras and mostly scraps, a bunch of pattern papers, leftover sheets from projects. So this tiny project that only requires one 12 by 12 sheet is just perfect. I'm even thinking that if this turns out super cute and I want to do it again, I could make 3 of these small folios and then sew them together into one kind of little book. So you will have like a fatty, you know, like a really fat tiny journal consisting of mini journals. That could be super cute. I'm thinking here, if this, can you see how this flap here is just a little bit big when you're closing it? I think I might trim it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna trim this so it won't bother me. Just gonna do it with pair of scissors. Around the corners. I totally wonder what she's gonna decorate this flap with. If she's turning it into a pocket or whatnot. But let's see. Let's just follow the tutorial. Yeah, I'm gonna like that I trimmed it down so that it doesn't disturb the fold of the opposite page. Okay, so far, let me see. Okay, my mind is just about this pocket here. I think I am going to have this as the front, because then when I open it up I will have this beautiful pattern as the inside lining of the pocket, and it's gonna be glued on top of this folio here, and then, you know, on the opening flap, and then if I punch out a hole here, I could have like a secret pocket in the back of it. So I think I would like to have that. I think the hole needs to be a little bit big because it's going to be a pocket that goes from edge to edge. It could just be fun, you know, to have like a secret tuck spot right there. Love them secret pockets. And now I'm thinking that it was a mistake to round these corners, because then my pocket should also have had rounded corners. But maybe it doesn't matter in the big picture. Okay, but let's work a bunch on this pocket here, because it needs a gusset and it also needs some sort of a closure. I think I want a string closure because it will look cute, and I don't want my string to come from the bottom. I want it to come from like right here. So I'm just gonna eyeball the center of where I want my string. I want to place my button here. Oh, now I'm in doubt whether this button goes with this theme right here. Let me see if I have. Can I change my mind 1,000 times? Do I have like a wooden, like a chipboard ephemera Look, I got these circular ones here. Yeah, it would be so cute with like one of these round shaped things right here. Could either be this one. I think this one is more cute. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use a chipboard instead of the button. So that will be my choice. Oh my god, can I get all of this back? Oh, I also have a sun. This one is so... Okay, this got something else in it. Yeah, now I'm in doubt whether should it be the compass or the sun. I think it depends on the size. What would look the cutest? Okay, I'm going with the compass. I like that one. Oh my god, and then I put it away. I'm such a goof. How stupid can you be? Okay, I need to turn off the camera and find it one more time. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Well, the good thing about the compass is that it actually got like a center, so I know where to put it in. Oh. Right there. Okay. What I don't like about this front pocket is that stripe right there with you know, that thing. So I found this strip of ruler paper, and I think I'm simply just gonna cut out a matching strip and glue that on, because I just don't like the printed information about what's inside of this paper pad. So let me see if I can just MacGyver that front pocket so I don't have that commercial text on top of it. And the fun thing about the ruler strip is that it actually got the right horizon, you know, like it's a vertical display of numbers, so it's not that bad. I'm just gonna adhere it with double-sided tape because I'm super lazy. I don't want to get a glue stick out and then weeks from now that glue is gonna stop being attached to my project. I don't trust glue stick when it comes to scrapbooking. Like wet glue, like the glitter glue, is just super trustworthy, but I don't have any patience for waiting to do these things. Okay, I'm gonna glue this on right here. And then I'm just gonna cut that excess. Yeah, now you can't really tell, right? It helped. It really helped. So let's do the same with this strip here. Yeah, it's just so cool to have a bunch of scraps. That's why I rarely get in such a big cleaning mode that I clear out tons of my scraps when it comes to scrapbook paper. Oh, that's a fun one with that face right there. How would that look? Would that look like completely weird? No, I want to continue the ruler. I just think that it's nice to use up the stash for these small projects. I find that if I build something big, like a folio or an album or something, it's like a one-time thing, and I rarely revisit it. But a house for a little booklet that I'm probably gonna use more than once, it's just such fun, because you know you're gonna use this folder for more than one time. But keeping it honest, when I build like photo album scrapbooking, it's like the building process that's the fun part for me, and then I just kind of lose interest when it comes to filling them out with pictures and stuff. Okay, this thingy here that I'm gonna attach as a closure, I want to add this metal on top of it to make it more sturdier, so that it doesn't, you know, it just makes it more sturdy. If you are working with punched out small disc, you can glue 2 or 3 chipboard discs together to get like a sturdy closure. And then I got this right here, and then I have to center it somehow. I wouldn't mind if it was right there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put some packaging tape on this part here on the back. I'm just gonna flatten it down with my bone folder. And I'm gonna put some packaging tape right here. Or maybe just a regular strip of tape. It's not so intrusive. Just to make sure that it stays. And now I need a string that goes from here so I can turn it around as a closure. And I don't have like wax thread. Usually people are using like bookbinding thread to do these closures, but I got a bunch of these embroidery threads. So I was thinking maybe I could use some of those. What do I have that caught my eye? Maybe I should go look at the colors. Ah, this is a fun one, like multicolored thread. I think that I want some of that. Yeah, and if I do it like a double thread. Okay, I'm just gonna snip out this piece here. A double threaded embroidery thread. I think I can't go wrong with that. And when the pocket, so right about here, I think would be a good place to poke a hole. And then I want to make a knot here. Just one knot to hold it in place, and I think it's sturdy enough, but I do want to put just a piece of tape over top of this one just to be sure. And then on this thread right here, I want to attach this embellishment, but I'm just going to check the length of the thread. Going twice, yeah, okay, that's doable. So I think what I want to do is to take it off the needle, and then maybe first do a knot. Just something that prevents the little bangle from moving too much up and down the thread. I'm just gonna place a stop knot right there, and then a knot here. Oh my god, I'm in doubt if I left myself enough thread to do a knot. I probably didn't. Okay, so I'm just gonna knot it around the whole thing. Oh, it's gonna look so clumsy. Oh well, it's homemade. How about that? I hope that's gonna hold up. So the closure is going to be looking like this. That's cute. I like that. Okay, let me clean up a little bit. Oh my god, I can't help myself. I'm changing my mind. Yeah, welcome to my crazy brain. You know, you get ideas on the fly here. Look, I have this fun thing here. How about if I attach that with a knot? If I'm allowed to step backwards like this. Oh, I'm gonna love it. I know the middle is not the same as the closure, but I don't mind. You know, because my dangle is in silver, so I got like all three colors represented in this closure right here. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. And then I can attach this one more time. And now I learned that it doesn't matter with that stopping knot anyway, so I can just pull it through. Oh gosh, working with embroidery thread is you need to get all the thread to cooperate. Okay, this string now is a little bit smaller, but I think it still works. Let me see if I can get like 3 clumsy threads, knots on this one here. Okay, I'm gonna like this more. Like this, and then you go on top like this, and then it dangles. Yeah, it could be nice if all 3 metals were the same, but oh well, like that better. Now for the gusset, and that's gonna be a nightmare, I think. Okay, the tutorial got like an accordion folded gusset, you know, shaped like an M. But since I'm gonna need like a really fat gusset, I'm simply just gonna make like a pocket hinge. What's most important is the height of the paper, right? So I'm just gonna measure that it's gonna be like this high, and then I'm gonna cut that. Can't go wrong with the height, right? Let's see if we can wing our hinges. So we got the height. And then let me just take half of this paper here. It's right there. So now we got for each side. Then I think I need to measure out twice. Like it is half an inch. Okay, I'm gonna take my scoreboard and then I'm gonna make sure that I have half an inch and maybe a little smidgen over, so it doesn't become like a tight, snug pocket. So I'm just gonna take first this small line here, and it has to be half an inch, and then I go 1/8 of an inch extra. So half an inch, and then plus 1/8 of an inch, just to be sure that I don't get a super snug fit pocket. And then I'm gonna ink the edges on this one here, and it's gonna be one of those gussets that are not glued to the bottom of the pocket, but since it's gonna be such a square pocket, I don't think that it plays a big role, you know. I don't think that it matters that much. Okay, you don't need to ink the edges on this one, I think. I just want to be sure. Lovely, lovely ruler paper for the end of the pocket. And I'm so lucky that they got like the right direction upwards. So maybe I should start gluing this one in since it's got like the right direction. I'm just gonna measure twice here. It's gonna be glued in right here. Okay, I might play it safely and also go 1/8 of an inch up on this one here, because stupid me, I'm changing the measurements on the fly. So I need to score this one so it fits better. Yeah, so the chain of thought is to place this here. Yeah, what can go wrong, right? What can go wrong? I'm gonna take like score tape, and I can allow myself a fat. The more score tape, the better. You know, the more sturdier it gets. So I'm just gonna take the fat strip for this one here. Ta-da! Oh my god, I can't wait for this to be finished. Do you feel the same when you're building stuff? Like, you anticipate the end result? Okay, and then clumsy me, we have to attach this the right side up. And yet still somewhat fitted. Like a smidgen, so you have like a little bit of overlap so that this pocket is not like sticking out, you know. That was like one side, and then let's attach the other side. I'm so gonna try and put in that little booklet immediately before I attach this pocket to the folder. Oh my god, are you getting like stressed watching me do these projects here? I'm always like totally flimsy. I feel like I'm all over the place. So hopefully this is not gonna be your primary tutorial for this project here. Okay, now comes the drill to kind of fold it in place. Yeah, this is probably the part where people are getting like anxious watching me do this. Because we're working with score tape, so there is like no regrets. You know what I mean? Like, you got like one try. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not an easy fit. I think I need help from this bone folder to get it to the edge. Okay, I got it fitted in. Oh my god, it's so chunky. I'm just gonna take my bone folder and burnish as best as I can inside the pocket. What I love about hinged pockets is that you can utilize the full pocket. It's not like you glued something where your tag is gonna be smaller because you need to address that you glued the edges. So we got like a full candy pocket here. Let's slide in the booklet. Oh look, like plenty of room. Plenty of room. Yeah. This is good. A little bit flimsy on the top though, I feel. Hopefully it's gonna be held in place by the, when we have attached it. But I like that. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside and not fiddle more with this. Okay, so we got this folder where the pocket is going to be attached here, and you flip this open, and then you meet this page layout here. So the idea is that you take the 3-inch strip that we cut out and then decide what kind of pockets you want. I think this one could call for like you could have like a side loading pocket, you could have like a center pocket, and you could have like a tuck spot. But you know what, when I'm closing this flap here, it looks like it's an insertion point for a pocket. So I think I want to play around with having, I could have a pocket here, and then I could slit this open. Now then my pocket would need to be removed like this. So if I slit this open, I could use the same tuck spot from both ends. So that's my first plan. But first I need to think what do I think about this stripe right here? Is it likable? I don't like that it's got like the W. Okay, I'm just gonna round the corners first. And then I'm gonna ink it. That's a good start. Oh, and then I like to have these rounded edges right here. Oops. I think I'm gonna keep this as some sort of a border for the pocket. That might look cute. And maybe I can ink over this so it just becomes pushed back a little bit. Okay, so this is definitely going to be attached here. And now I need to cut an opening slit right there. And I'm just going to cut on top of this folder here. And my craft knife. And then I got a Tim Holtz ruler with a metal on the edge here, so I'm not cutting into the plastic. And I don't need a cut from top to bottom, I just need a slit. I'm not using a lot of pressure, I'm just going several times until I kind of feel that I am punched through the paper. I think I am now. Yeah, I got a slit, an opening. Okay, let's cap off this craft knife here. And if I'm lucky, I can even get a little rounded punch in here, just to, so you visually can see that it's a pocket. And then I'm gonna ink the edges. This green thing that I'm cutting on is just a junk mail, so it's nothing special. It's not like a real book or anything. Just so you know it. It's just a junk mail. I call it junk mail. It's from a gallery where I took a folder, a presentation folder. Okay, I am a sucker for using hinges in my pockets, because then you can utilize the full length of the pocket. So now I'm gonna create some hinges for this pocket here with rounded corners. And love this ruler paper here. So I'm just gonna measure. See, I can use that scrap piece right there. Okay, if I'm lucky, I can actually get 2 hinges out of this. But I really need to push my luck then. Let's see if I can push my luck. Oh my god, I am like such an idiot for using up every single tiny scrap. I think we get like that because we have been scrapbooking for a while, so we find joy in using as many tiny scraps as possible. It's just a part of the satisfaction of doing projects like these. And I think that's why these projects where you're using up one sheet of 12 by 12 inch is so popular, because most of us got that one sheet left. And because you are dividing it into a foldable flap, you're dividing up the pattern of the sheet of the paper. So it's just like when you're cutting ATCs, any kind of pattern on the paper could end up looking beautiful, you know, when it's divided into a trifold. I got like super narrow adhesive, a double-sided adhesive here, It's not gonna be like super strong, but I don't think that I'm gonna utilize that pocket for a ton of things. So it's more decoration, you know. It gives me an excuse to use some of those pre-printed tags from this paper line here. I'm gonna burnish the strips down with my bone folder to make sure that I get a good adhesion. Okay, and then I'm simply just gonna attach it. But I really think that these small projects here spark so much joy. I love to make them. Let's see. Oh dear, I have a cat that desperate wants to get in. Just a moment. Okay, so we're back. I try to make the hinges as close to the edge as possible, and I don't worry that they need to be rounded. I'm gonna do that with scissors. Okay, now we need that long strip for the end here. I'm just gonna measure. I need to cut it right there. And it's just a hinge, you know. So I'm just gonna eyeball this with a pair of scissors. But I do like to use the scoreboard to do the center fold line, because sometimes it's clumsy to do it with your hands. I'm just gonna Yep. I think that these double-sided adhesive, they kind of glue to your project for a couple of years. But when I have revisited some of my older scrapbook albums, I can see that some of them are losing their stickiness. So if you want to be like 100% sure that your project never falls apart, you should actually use glue for this drill right here. Here I'm just gonna overlap the hinges so that they kind of stay put, and then you can flip it around and with a pair of scissors get that rounded corner cut. I'm just gonna ink it up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna attach it. And then I did not get like a perfect fit, and then because I'm super anal, because that's just how I am, I'm simply just gonna cut it to fit. Does it matter? No, probably not. But yeah, why not aim for as much pretty finishing touches as you can. Okay, so we got the pocket here, and then we got an insertion point here. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's gonna look cool. Okay, now for the rest of the pocket. I really like that I can have like a half pocket here, but I don't care about that stripe with the stamperia. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna fold it on that stripe. Maybe I could get could I get like a, okay, let me think here. You know, got like that edge right there at the top of the pocket. So I'm thinking if I'm scoring down right here, and fold it. Can you see how I can get that top edge? So that could be like my my flap, top flap of the pocket. Just trying to utilize the pattern on the paper. Okay, so here is my pocket. Yeah, I like that a lot. So it's got like the same sort of finish. And now I need hinges for this one as well. So same drill. I think I might just cut myself a long strip of this. Just like a 1-inch strip, I think. And then I might as well just go ahead and score that in the center line here. And then I'm gonna prep that strip by putting adhesive on it. And right now I don't know how much of this strip I'm gonna use, but it's gonna save me a little bit of work by just prepping this long strip. Okay, so I got a long hinge right there, and then the drill is to just cut what you need. So I'm just gonna flip it over where I can draw on the paper side of it. I need a strip like that long, 2 of those. That's the edges, and if I'm lucky I can use this for, oh my god, it's like a perfect fit. Making me look like a pro. That was just pure luck, guys. That was just pure luck. It's a ton of work to do these hinges, but you're gonna love it in the end, because you can use the full pocket. So it's gonna be looking nice when you put in your tags, that the tags can fill out the width of the pocket, and you don't have to think about having like glue lines. I'm just gonna cut a smidgen of this one right here, make it fit better. And the same again, I'm just folding it down and let the adhesive adhere to all the hinges, so it's going to be easier to put down as one piece. And then check the direction of your folder before you put down the pocket. And make sure that the pocket is inside these gusset lines, so when you close it up, the inner line, inner score line is lining up with your pocket. So what I mean is, maybe you can see it better when it's glued down. These folding lines are inside the pocket, so they kind of work as a perfect gusset. Can you see that? So when you close it, you still have that extra room to put in tags and whatnot. I want to adhere a booklet. Okay, but first I need to address this pocket here. I want it to be like a side-loaded pocket. Could be fun if I could somehow, I don't know if I should make it square or if I should cut it. I think I will try and cut it and see how that looks. The tutorial I'm watching, she also had like a cut edge to edge, and she actually had a trick. You know, you line up your edges of the paper to be exactly the cutting line of your score, of your cutting board, and then you lift up the knife and place in the center of the paper, and then she pushed down and cut from side to side. And she did it because if you are forcing the knife, if the knife is on your cutting board is a little bit blunt and you're forcing it to cut through an edge, it might bend the edge. And I thought it was such a neat trick. So of course I am a fan of that. This is going to be such a cute side loading. Just a tuck spot. And I don't want to cut in a small opening like I have here, because then I will be cutting into the shape of this clock. And I think that would like ruin it a little bit. And since I got like 2 of them, I think I'm just gonna ink this up and hope that I can find a place to use this one. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know, but now it's inked. And then I need some hinges for that. So again, I'm just gonna cut a slit that's like 1 inch wide, and then prep it with double-sided score tape, and then just cut the hinges that I need. Oh my god, I forgot how much back and forth there is with your supplies when you're scrapbooking. It's like you constantly have to switch between scoreboard, cutting board, whatnot. But it's part of the game. Look how I don't care if it's not scored completely in the center. I just picked the line from the scoreboard that was the easiest one to work with. It doesn't matter in the big picture because it's just a hinge. So let's see. The first hinge have to be cut right there, and then the second one about here. And on these hinges, I think some of them are gonna peek out because of the shape of the pocket. So we might need to trim off some of the hinges. Let me just put it down to explain it. Look how the hinge is wider, bigger, taller. Just trim it off. Here you could miter the corners. You just take your scissors and make sure that you miter at the corner of your pocket. And what it does is that it makes the hinges lay with a snug fit in this corner here, so it's not like overlapping and becomes a little bit bulky. So I'm just gonna attach it now, and because we mitered the corners, I don't have the opportunity to overlay them so they will glue together, so you somehow just need to hold them in the corner and be sure to stay on the right side of your gusset line, your folding line right there. It's always like fiddling work to get it glued down straight. The assembly looks worse than it is, but when you just think about it, it's not a lot of work to do, you know, like flap open, pocket, pocket, pocket. So now I got this strip left. I don't want to utilize it for anything. I can't really see where I should be able to put in another tuck spot. So I think now I am actually ready to assemble the front. Or maybe I should work on the booklet first. Okay, let me work on a tiny booklet that I'm gonna sew in this gusset right here. Okay, I want a booklet inside here, and I think it's so cute that you flip out that chunky first page and then is met by this spread here. So I want my booklet to be sewed in this gusset right there. So I just gave myself extra score lines to make it hold something that's a little bit thick. So it's just like a 1/4 of an inch, I think, gusset that I have. And then I assembled You know, I do watercolor, so I picked the watercolor paper and then some vellum with some prints on it. And then I'm just gonna sandwich this and see if I can fold it somehow into a little booklet. I think I'm gonna do that off camera because it's gonna be me just fiddling too much. Okay, so I assembled some papers and then I cut them to fit as a little booklet inside the folder, and now I'm gonna stitch it in. So what I do is that I clip the pages so they're like stay put, and then my booklet is a little bit shorter than the width of the folder. So now the drill is to punch holes. I think I want 3 holes. I'm just gonna do eyeball like 1 in the middle, and I punch through the papers first because I'm super clumsy, so this is like a idiotic proof way of doing it, you know, for idiots. And then I don't have an owl, so I'm just using this scrapbooking tool here. Wait. So now where I got the holes in the paper, I'm gonna put it down and then trust that my needle can punch the last hole through the cardstock. And here I think it helps if you just take your time to get it centered right. Don't hurry too much. Just, oh god. Okay, I'm gonna take the needle through first. I told you guys I am clumsy at this. So take your time to center it right. And of course, double check that the direction of your book is the right way up, that you wanted it to be in your folder. And then I'm gonna push so that my knot is inside my booklet so it doesn't show up on the pretty edge of my folder. And here I can go in with the needle and push out the holes that I need. Oh my god, I am so clumsy at this. Like some people, it's just like doop, 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 and then they got it done. I always struggle with this part right here. And once again, I'm just gonna take my needle through the paper to give myself a good placement of the hole. I love that I used watercolor paper in this little booklet. I'm gonna really like that. Okay, now I got this issue that I got a knot. You know, you usually would put a knot right there, but I don't want any knots on my outside spine. So I'm just gonna put my needle through one more time so that I can put a knot inside the booklet. And because it's watercolor paper, it's super sturdy. I mean, I think it's like 90-pound cardstock or something. The hole is not necessarily going to expand, but if you're using a soft printer's paper that has been coffee dyed or whatnot, then you might risk, if your knot is too small, that the paper eventually can venture out, you know, like escape that hole and start coming apart. So just do extra knots. And now we have a booklet. And then with your bone folder, you can kind of score the paper in place, so it knows how to lay somehow flat. So I open it up, and then it's going to be fun to see how the booklet is wanting to open up. Yeah, I was hoping that it, you know, could have like a front page here, but I got like a watercolor paper, a piece of vellum just for decoration, and then watercolor paper and vellum. And I like the vellum piece because then if I make something with pastels, it won't smear off on my next drawing. Like, I'm gonna create fantastic art in this one. I don't know, but it's just nice to have a vellum sheet in between your paper. So cute little book. I think I want to decorate the front of this book because I have these pages with tags, and then I also need to make some tags that can go into these pockets here, but I think I'm gonna do that off camera because it just makes this recording so long. But can you see how I got like rounded corners here? So if it matters to you for finish look, you could go ahead and round these corners. I think I might do that just to make it look more finished, like cuter. Yep. Okay, so it's finished. It's finished. Let me flip through it. We got the pocket here. Big likable pocket. And then when you open up, we have this page here where I got some of the pre-made tags, and then my own made tag with a tap on it, and then also a tag with a small tap on it so you can pull it in and out. And then on this page here, I just made this tiny tag with tabs, and then used one of the pre-made small, you know, tags for this. Maybe it's less messy if I do like this. And then it opens up to this pocket here, and then I put a strip of the vellum here as an edge. I really like that. And then on this little booklet, I just decorated the front and the back with the pattern papers tags that I just cut down. And then here we got this pocket here where I used the last scraps from the vellum pieces and some of the pre-made tags. My own tag with a tab on it. Yeah, really likable. It's cute. Look how tiny it is. It's super cute. And I actually think that these pages lies flat enough for me to be able to work in this little tiny watercolor booklet here. So it's a cute and fun little project. Love that it only utilized one sheet of 12 by 12 pattern paper. In hindsight, I think this pocket could have been better if it went all the way up, but yeah, that's just it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you give it a try. It's fun to make. Bye bye.